Welcome to CrashMagic. In this video we've got another classic card trick. We'll start with the performance, and then if you enjoy it and want to learn how it's done, there's a full tutorial immediately after that that's really easy to follow. We're going to try something with these cards, and the first thing that I'd like you to do is to select any of these cards. So if you'd like to look at and remember your card, and then place it on top of the pack. So very often when a card is selected, the magician will then shuffle the cards, but what they won't tell the spectator is they're actually controlling that card, normally either to the top or to the bottom of the pack. Now this trick is different because I want you to know that I'm going to attempt to control your card, but where I control that card to will depend on a number that you give me. So could you now give me a number from 30 to 40? So at this point the spectator would give any number they like from 30 to 40, but as we're without a spectator we'll use this dice here, so we'll say the number they give is 30 plus whatever we roll, so a 3. So we'll say the spectator gives us a number of 33. So what I'm going to attempt to do now is to control your card to position 33 within the pack. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 and 33. So a shuffled pack of cards, a card freely selected and a random number of 33. Actually, I'm not sure that is your card. Let me try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and actually, before I drop the cards back on top, you chose the number 33, but are you happy with that? Or would you like me to deal a few more cards or take a few cards back? Totally free choice. So again, at this point the spectator would have a free choice of whether they wanted to deal a few more cards, take a few cards back. So again, we'll use the dice to simulate their decision. So we'll say if we roll a 1, 2 or 3, then they want to deal 1, 2 or 3 more cards on. If we roll a 4, 5, 6 or 7, they're happy with that. Or if we roll a 8, 9 or 10, they want to take some cards back. So let's roll and see what we get. 8. So let's say that they want to take 1 card back. And then we'll drop the rest of the cards on top. So again, a shuffled pack of cards, a card freely selected, and a random number of 33, and a free choice of whether you were happy with that position or you wanted to take some cards back, add a few more cards. Leaves us with this card here. But actually, I'm still not sure that that is your card. Let me try this just one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay, a shuffled pack of cards, a card freely selected and a random number of 33 leaves us with this card. So for the first time, what was your card? So I hope you enjoyed that performance, and if you'd like to know how that trick was done, here is the tutorial. So this trick is a mathematical trick and there's no setup involved at all. There's just some very easy card control. So I'll go through the steps of exactly how I performed this trick. But then if you're not comfortable with the card control, I'll also show a variation at the end as well that you can perform, where you just tweak the trick very slightly, and in that way you don't need any card control whatsoever either. So no setup at all needed for this trick, so you can shuffle the cards or give them to your spectator to shuffle, and then they have totally free selection of any card. So let's use the 8 of hearts in this example. Now the only bit of card control you need to do is, however you want to do it, you need to get that card to the bottom of the pack, and I'm sure most of you have got your own favourite ways of doing that. The easiest way probably to do that is to get the card returned to the top of the pack. I'm going to turn the card face up just so we can track it a bit easier, but if you get their card replaced to the top of the pack, and if you do an overhand shuffle, just putting a little bit of pressure on your thumb as you do so, that will then place their card right on the bottom of the pack. The way I did it, just to introduce another step in between, I got the card replaced onto the top, but I put pressure with my thumb on the top and my fingers on the bottom to strip the top and the bottom cards, and then completed the overhand shuffle. That then meant at this point I could show that the top card wasn't theirs and the bottom card wasn't theirs, because their card is just one up from the bottom at this point. And now at this point you ask your spectator to give you a number. Now I always say a number from 30 to 40. In actual fact it can be any number that's greater than half the cards, so somewhere from 27 all the way up to 52, but you don't want 27 or 52, so that's why I always say a number from 30 to 40. Totally free choice. Let's say they say 30. So you will now shuffle the pack under the guise that you're trying to control that card based on the number that they've given you. In actual fact all you're doing is keeping the card at the bottom. You want it at the bottom, so I've got it second from bottom at this point, so what I'd do is overhand shuffle, again put pressure on the top and the bottom to strip those cards, and continue shuffling, and then drop the last section onto the bottom, which gets our chosen card at the bottom. You can then repeat that step however many times and complete the overhand shuffle, and however many times you shuffle, that card will remain on the bottom. So however you've chosen to do your control, once you've got your selected card at the bottom, it's then totally self-working and it's a mathematical trick. So what you're effectively going to do is count 3 times up to their selected number. So let's say they've chosen 30 this time, count to 30, 28, 29, 30, and you drop the rest of the pack on top, which of course puts their card 31 cards up from the bottom. You then take the cards again and count to their number again, so 30 again, 1, 7, 28, 29, 30. Now at this point you can drop the cards straight on top, but as you can see their card has already gone down, and now if we drop these cards on top, their card is now going to be the chosen number 30 and 1 underneath that, so the 31st position. So we've just reversed the order of the cards. Now as you saw in the performance, and as you can see now, because their card is there, you can actually say to the spectator, are you happy for me to drop the cards on, or would you like me to take some cards back, or would you like me to put some extra cards? And you can see it doesn't matter if you take cards back or put cards on, their card is still going to be in that same position, the 31st position, or the number they selected plus 1. So again, once they've done that, you then need to count to the number one more time. 1, 28, 29, 30. Drop the rest of the pile on top, of course that's face down, and then you can ask them their card and reveal that the top card matches their selection. So there are the steps for doing this trick in exactly the way that I performed it at the start. But as I said, if you're not comfortable with having a card selected and controlling it to the bottom of the pack, there is another way you can perform this trick, and you can change it into a prediction trick instead. So what you would do in this case, again, totally no setup, you could hand the cards to your spectator and get them to shuffle them freely. Then when they hand them back and you square them up, you just glimpse the bottom card. So in this case, the 5 of clubs, that's all you need to do is glimpse that card. Now at this point, you would ask them for their number from 30 to 40. So again, let's say they say 30. And based on their selection, you then say, oh, 30 cards, okay, I'm going to make a prediction, and based on your selection of 30, I'm going to write down this card. And you would write down, of course, that bottom card. You would then follow the steps exactly as before. So you count 30, place the rest of the pack on top, count 30, place the rest of the pack on top, and count 30, place the rest of the pack on top again. And that will then leave you with your predicted card on top. So you can turn over that top card and then show your prediction. So in that way you have a self-working trick with no sleight of hand or card control of any sort. Well, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, please like it and subscribe. If you've got any comments, leave them down below, and see you soon.